Hello everyone. Like I said, I was going to go ahead and try to make a quick video to explain better on what we're going to do for high school league fishing. So there's quite a few things we got to get into, and I'm going to try to get through them as quick as possible. So let's go ahead and let's get into it. So we've got to go through some terminology so to help you better understand. So when I say these words, you'll understand what we're talking about. First thing we're going to discuss is what is a team. A team is two anglers competing together in one event. A school. For high school fishing league, a school is the combination of one or more teams from the same club or area. District. A district is one or more schools competing against one another. It's also known as a league. Region or regionals is the combination of one or more districts. State is the combination of one or more regions or regionals. High school or HSFL, High School Fishing League, is the commissioner, directors, and officers. Okay, so now that we've gone through and we understand some of the terminology we're going to use, let's go ahead and get to the basic, the meat of how all this is going to run. It's like any other tournament. Kids are going to show up as a team. Two people are going to show up with a boat captain. That is one team. And you also have to understand that we are going to be competing as a school. Be competing as a team, but those teams are going to be comprised of a school. So a school is going to make up one or more teams. We're shooting for a goal of 3 teams per school. How it's going to work is you'll show up to the district or whatever meet that you're into with your team and your boat captain. You're the guy that's running the boat. You're going to go out and you're going to fish. That boat captain is not only going to be the coach and operating that boat, but you're also going to be the official for your team. It's going to be on an honor system, guys. We're not out here trying to promote cheating to our kids. So if a kid has a penalty, it is going to be your responsibility to levy that penalty against your kids. It's a progression, so we're going to get into it as far as we get down to state, because state kind of changes a little bit. So you show up with your team, you go fishing together. Now, at the end of the competition, what we're going to do is we're going to take the weights of all 3 of those teams that represent that school. We're going to combine all those weights for that school. And then we're going to, so it's 2 schools competing against one another. An example, Broken Arrow versus Bixby. Three teams from Broken Arrow go out. 3 teams from Bixby go out. All 3 teams compete. They come back in. And at the end of the day, we gather up all their sheets where they tallied their weight and all the fish. And we combine all 3 teams of Broken Arrow. Combine all their weight. We get a total weight of 30 pounds. We go over to Bixby. We combine all their weight together. We add it up. And they are 29.8 pounds. So the winner will be the school of Broken Arrow. It goes across that, and that's pretty much how we're going to fish these tournaments. So let's go ahead and let's break it down to how we're going to run districts, regionals, and state. First thing we're going to talk about are districts. So let's go ahead and let's get into that. Okay, like we had said in our terminology, a district is one or more schools competing against one another. And as for this sheet, hopefully I broke it down for you. So let's go ahead and let's use this sheet as a reference. And again, all this is just hypothetical because we don't have all the numbers in. We don't know how many teams are going to be competing. And we won't know that until everybody signs up and we get things organized. But this is the formula how it's going to run. Hypothetical. So we have District 1, which is comprised of Broken Arrow, Bixby, Jinx, and Owasso. District 2, which is comprised of Catoosa, Oologah, Coweta, and Glenpool. District 3, Muskogee, Hilldale, Clayton, Henrietta, District 4, Grove, Pryor, Adair, Bartlesville. And we may have 32 districts. We may have only 4. We won't know until those numbers come in. So on week 1, Broken Arrow versus Bixby, and this will go across all districts. We're just going to pick on one district. In week 1, Broken Arrow versus Bixby. We record the win, Broken Arrow wins. Jenks versus Owasso. We record that win, Jenks wins. Week 2, Broken Arrow versus Jenks. Broken Arrow wins. Bixby versus Owasso. Bixby wins. Week 3, Broken Arrow versus Owasso. Broken Arrow wins. Bixby versus Jenks. Bixby wins. All those records are recorded, and at the end we can see a district record of Broken Arrow is 3-0, Bixby is 2-1, Jenks is 1-2, Owasso is 0-3. In District 2, their district records are Catoosa's 3-0, Oologah's 2-1, Coweta's 1-2, Glenpool's 0-3. There are rules to break ties, so don't worry about that. We'll get into rules later. And all the districts will be run, whether there's 4 districts or there's 48 districts. It doesn't matter. They'll all be run the same. The top 2, for this hypothetical deal, top 2 schools will advance to regionals. Pretty cut and dry. Let's go ahead and let's jump into regionals. Okay, as you can see, we broke this down into 4 regionals. Regional 1 is made up of District 1 and District 2. Regional 2 is made up of District 3 and 4. Regional 3 is made up of District 5 and 6. Regional 4 is made up of Districts 7 and 8. We know from the previous district winners, Regional 1, District 1 winner was Broken Arrow and Bixby. The top 2 win. District 2, the top 2 were Catoosa and Oologah. That makes your 1 regional. They will compete with 12 boats on the water. They will all be competing against each other. It's a one-day tournament, winner take all, winner moves on to state. Same thing with Regional 2, we know because Muskogee and Henrietta were their top 2, Grove and Adair were their top 2 in their district. The winner of that one was Muskogee, the winner of Regional 1 was Broken Arrow, and just for sake of it, winner of Region 3 was Sallisaw, and the winner of Region 4 was Bartlesville. Cut and dry. Let's move on to state. Okay, state championships. We know Broken Arrow won their region, Muskogee won their region, Sallisaw won their region, Bartlesville won their region. That gives you 12 boats on the water. And that's what I'm trying to do, is I'm trying to limit the number of boats on any given water at any given time. That's where I come up with these numbers. So it's a one-day event with the winner at the end of the day, with all Broken Arrow teams combining their weight together, all Muskogee teams combining their weight together, Sallisaw combining all their weight together, Bartlesville same thing, combining all their weight together. And at the end of the day, now let's say Broken Arrow comes up with a total weight of all 3 teams of 42 pounds. Muskogee comes up with 41.1. Sallisaw comes up with 10. Bartlesville comes up with 15. So the winner of the state championship for that year would be Broken Arrow, because all 3 teams total weight weighed more than the rest of them. So that's pretty much how it's run. It's pretty cut and dry. In the next video, I'll go ahead and we'll sit down and we'll just cover the rules from point A to point B. It'll be quite extensive, but you'll at least have videos to sit and watch it. And guys, I think that's where it's going to be. At this point, what I need from you is I need everybody out there that's interested in this format to compete to send me an email of the school and telling me how many teams you got, and we'll go from there. And that's what I need to know, is how many teams you got. So every school. So what I'm getting at is, if Bixby only has 2 teams and Coweta only has 1, we're going to combine those 2 and they'll fish under 1 school or 1 club. But they'll be representing Bixby probably because they have more teams in that school. whatever school you represent, I don't really care. Call it whatever you want, or whatever school you want to represent. But at the end of the year, I need to have somebody saying, you know, Broken Arrow won. I can't just say a club. I want it to be a school championship. So when we give that big trophy away, somebody can put it in their school trophy case. And like I talked about before, I want to be able to get those kids that win state championship, I want to get them high school rings or state championship rings. So anyway, that's it. I need you to email me that stuff. On the bottom of this is my email address and my phone number. So if you got any questions, give me a call. But before you call me, make sure you watch the next video, which is going to cover the rules and get into the nuts and bolts on how all this is going to work.